my name's Franny Selvage, and today I will be reading you Sofia Valdez feature Prez. The reason I wanted to read you this book today was because it's actually part of a series that I really love. You should really go check it out. It's by Audrey Betty, illustrated by David Roberts. I am 9 years old, I'm a 4th grader, and I go to Snowden Elementary School. Let's start. Sofia was a baby who got things done, helping her family before she turned 1.
Who is it?
That's Sofia, and that's her abuelo.
What's abuelo mean?
Abuelo means grandpa, by the way. She and abuelo went out every week to help elderly friends around Blue River Creek, who couldn't get out and about on their own and stuck with no place to gather. No place to gather. We're stuck at home alone. It's a dog, cat, and a bird. Raking the leaves, taking pets for a walk, or just dropping off for a treat and a talk. Sofia Valdez did as much as she could for her family, her friends, and the whole neighborhood. A dreamer, a doer, a real-life go-getter. Most people like good. Sofia likes better. Each morning, abuelo takes Sofia for a walk. Sofia for a walk. They walked home again along Blue River Path. Sofia to class. They walk home again along Blue River Pass, making plans, munching cookies, abuelo and girl, except for that Tuesday when Pup saw a squirrel. With a howl, Pup took off racing all through the town. Over, under, beneath, and around, Sofia scrambled, trying to keep up with the hollering man and the bellowing Pup. Up the squirrel ran to the top of the hill, made of leftover junk and for the local landfill. They reached the tippy top of that mountain of trash with a jiggle, which jiggled and broke, and an ear-splitting crash. Ow. Hurt. Down they tumbled, with a hit and a thud, on an old moldy pumpkin surrounded with mud. Ouch! cried abuelo, struggling to stand. A dangerous mess, he said, grasping her hand. Next day, Sofia walked to school solo, but it wasn't the same without her abuelo. This is not right, declared young Sofia, who glared at Mount Trashmore and got an idea. The very next morning, 1:30 dawn, she planted a sign at the front lawn. She stood back and smiled, and Pup gave a bark. Get rid of Mount Trashmore. Let's build a new park. Yay. That's a big hammer. Each of her neighbors had something to say about benches and fountains and places to play, meeting spots and gardens and baskets for trees, rubber balls, rubber duck ponds, and a kiosk for cheese. She drew every thought on her map of the park, which was perfectly perfect by 1/4 till dark. Wow. She drifted to sleep in her soft, cozy bed. Then, bam! She woke up, and a thought smacked her head. Her heart skipped a beat as she realized each one of her neighbors had said, "Let me know when it's done." They all thought Sofia could build it alone. But how could one girl do so much on her own? The weight of that thought made her tender heart ache. As night thunder growled, she lay wide awake. The dawn brought a storm, and the gloomy sky wept, and heartsick Sofia finally slept. Abuelo baked cookies when Sofia got up. He gave her a bagful and sneaked one to Pup. He blinked back a tear as he hugged Sofia. "For courage," he whispered. "Te amo, mi vida." Sofia's knees wobbled. She felt weak inside. She looked at his ankle and quite nearly cried, as though she didn't feel brave or courageous at all. Sofia Valdez went to face City Hall.
What did he say? He said to her, "Te amo, I love you."
Te amo, mi vida. If you speak Spanish, please tell me what this means. I don't know.
Te amo, mi vida. I love you, my life.
Thank you, Mama. And look at poor Pup. Whoa. City Hall.
In the library and City Hall. Look at how small she is on the steps.
She's so small. The mayor's office sent her to room 104, Blue River Creek Department of Fun. Which sent her downstairs to room 302, the office of duck ponds and cool things to do. To the office of monkeys, the department of cheese, the division of fountains and meetings and bees, and then down to the basement, so musty and cramped, where all the town's newspapers were sorted and stamped. And that's where the clerk said what no one else did. "You can't build a park. You're only a kid." I heard he's the cheese guy. He's fun. The words smacked Sofia deep in her heart. Her plan was collapsed before it could start. "I think," said Sofia, I think that law is wrong." But her second grade voice didn't sound very strong. The clerk said clearly it could not be done. "But do you have any questions?" Sofia said. "One. If you were me, and if I was you, and if he was your grandpa, what would you do?" Well," said the clerk. Then she said nothing at all. She thought, and she thought. Then she sent out a call to every employee throughout City Hall. So nice. The entire government of Blue River Creek scrammed into the office to hear Sofia speak, but the words jumbled and her cheeks turned bright red. A dozen emotions rushed in her head. Her heart bent so low Her heart beat so loudly she thought it would crack. The crowd leaned in closer. Sofia leaned back, her arms brushing the edge of her old cookie snack. And that was the moment Sofia first knew being brave means doing the thing you must do. Though her heart cracked with fear, her heart cracks with fear. Though you just thought you're just in grade 2. She took a deep breath, looked at the mayor in the eye, and though her knees wobbled, she held her head high. Sofia started talking. She spelled out her plan and why it all mattered and how it began. And once she got rolling, she had lots to say about meeting spots, monkeys, and places to play, and other ideas for things they could do to help the town elders and other folks too. She had thoughts on the library and throughout the zoo, and perhaps a way to combine the two. And whoa. That's a lot of cheese. All right, cried the mayor. Let's start a petition. If the town wants a new park, we'll confirm a commission. So young Sofia got right to work with some help from her family and Pup. With some help from her family and Pup and the clerk. Sign on petition, please. Okay. The others joined in, not at all but a few. Miss Leah Greer and the kids in grade 2. There are a few people that I'll be reading about soon. In here, can you spot them? There were hearings and surveys and taxes to figure, and bulldozers and cranes and blue bigger diggers and a blue bigger digger. They all built the park. That's how it got done. With the hard work of, by, and for everyone. But it began with a dream of a person, just one, who laced up her shoes and led the way to help Blue River Creek get a new place to play. Now every evening till long after dark, the town comes together at Citizens Park. They all hold the truth to be self-evident. Sofia Valdez to grow up to be the president. Until then, Sofia was a real-life go-getter to help Blue River Creek get better and better. So cool. The end.